Hello, and welcome to a very special episode of English for Beginners, the podcast. My name is Jasmine, and I am so happy to be your teacher and your friend today. This podcast is a safe place for you to practice your English listening skills while also learning important lessons about life. Today, we are going to explore a story that is very emotional and very deep. It is a story about a man named Karan. But in many ways, it is a story about all of us.
Hello, everyone. I am Mark, and I'm joining Jasmine here on English for Beginners, the podcast. I am excited about today's lesson because the vocabulary we will use is simple, but the meaning is very large. Have you ever said the words, "I will do it tomorrow"? I think we all have. We tell ourselves that there is always more time. We think there is more time to call a friend, more time to visit our parents, or more time to follow a dream. But is that true, Jasmine?
That is the big question mark. We often live our lives as if we have 1,000 years. We schedule every minute of our day, but we forget to actually live in those minutes. In the story we are sharing today on English for Beginners, the podcast, we see what happens when a person realizes that the train they were waiting for has already left the station. Let's start at the beginning of Karan's journey so our listeners can understand his life.
Karan was a very brilliant man. In English, when we say someone is brilliant, we mean they are very smart and very talented at what they do. Karan lived in a small, quiet town with his family. He had a wife he loved, a young daughter who was the light of his life, and two elderly parents who needed care. Karan was a good man with a good heart. He wanted the best for them. He wanted his daughter to go to the best schools. He wanted his parents to have the best doctors. He wanted a better life.
To get that better life, Karan decided to move his family to a very big, very busy metro city. He found a job at a famous international IT company. He was very successful. He worked very hard, and soon he was earning a lot of money. But, Mark, as we often discuss here on English for Beginners, the podcast, there is a balance in life. When we gain something, we often lose something else. What did Karan lose?
He lost his time, Jasmine. He lost his now. Karan became a very busy man. His calendar was full of meetings. He had to write hundreds of reports. He had to travel to different cities and different countries for his work. He started working during the day, then during the night, and then even on weekends. He even worked on holidays like Christmas or birthdays. He told himself, "I'm doing this for my family. If I work hard now, I will have plenty of time to play with them later."
That later is a very dangerous word. Because he was so focused on success and money, he stopped doing the small things that make a family happy. He stopped playing games with his little daughter. He stopped taking his wife out for romantic dinners. He even stopped taking his father to the hospital for his regular health checkups. He even ignored his own health. He was tired all the time, but he thought, success will fix everything. Once I am rich, I will be happy.
But life does not wait for us to finish our work, Jasmine. One day, while Karan was away on a business trip in a neighboring country, something terrible happened. His father passed away quietly during the night. Because Karan was in a different country for a meeting, he could not get home in time. He missed the chance to say goodbye. He even missed his father's funeral. This is a very sad part of the story, but it shows us that work cannot replace the time we lose with the people we love.
It is heartbreaking, Mark. And it wasn't just his father. Karan missed so many firsts in his daughter's life. He missed her first steps. He missed the first time she said a full sentence. He missed her school plays where she played a little tree or a flower. His daughter would sit by the window at night, holding a drawing she made for him, waiting for him to come home. But Karan was always at the office. He always promised her, "I will see it next time." But for a child, there is no next time, there is only now.
Eventually, the illusion shattered. An illusion is something that looks real but is not. Karan thought he was building a great life, but he was actually missing his life. One day, Karan felt sick and went to the doctor. The doctor gave him a diagnosis, which is the medical word for identifying an illness. The doctor told Karan he had a very rare heart condition. He told him he had at most 1 year left to live.
Imagine hearing that news, Mark. Only 1 year. That night, something shifted inside Karan. He didn't rush back to the office to finish a report. Instead, he took the long way home. He walked through the park where he used to play as a child. He walked past the small tea stall where he first met his wife many years ago. He walked by a bookstore he always wanted to visit but never had the time for. He cried, but he didn't cry because he was scared of death. He cried for all the life he missed while he was busy working.
The very next morning, Karan went to his big office and he resigned. He quit his job. He decided that his last year would be different. He started spending every single sunrise with his daughter. He would hold her tiny hand and walk her to school slowly, looking at the birds and the trees. He started cooking breakfast with his wife every morning. He learned how to laugh again. Most importantly, he learned to leave his phone in the other room. He stopped checking his emails and started checking on his heart.
He lived more in those 11 months than he did in the previous 20 years. He was finally present. In English, being present means your mind is in the same place as your body. You aren't thinking about work while you are eating dinner. You are just eating dinner and talking to your family. Before Karan passed away, he wrote a beautiful letter. He said that time is a gift, but we waste it because we think it is unlimited. He said, "I missed many trains that will never come back to the station."
That is such a powerful image, Jasmine. The train is an opportunity. Once it leaves, it's gone. But Karan also wrote that in his last ride, he finally learned to sit by the window and watch the world go by. He told everyone, don't wait for a diagnosis to start living. You don't need a doctor to tell you that your time is limited, because everyone's time is limited. We need to have awareness, which means we need to realize that life is happening right now.
This is why we wanted to share this story on English for Beginners, the podcast. We want our listeners to ask themselves, what are you putting off? Who are you waiting to call? Maybe it's a mother, a brother, or an old friend. What dream are you postponing? Are you waiting until you have more money? Are you waiting until you are retired? The problem is you think you have time, but as Karan learned, life doesn't wait for anyone.
That is correct, Jasmine. We must use our time wisely. It's okay to have a career and to have goals. We want you to be successful, but don't lose your focus on what really matters. A complete life is a life where you have success in your work and love in your home. You need both. So today, we want you to take a first imperfect step. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just send a message. Watch the sunset. Sit by the window and really see the beautiful world around you.
You don't need more time. You just need to start using the time you have today. This is the goal of our lessons here at English for Beginners, the podcast. We want to give you the English words to express your feelings, but we also want to give you the inspiration to live a good life. If this story touched your heart, please share it with someone you care about. Maybe they need to hear this message today too.
I agree, Jasmine. Sharing a story is a great way to practice English conversation. You can tell a friend, I heard a story about a man named Karan, and explain what happened to him. This helps you remember the words and the lesson. We want all of our listeners to stay safe and happy.
And most importantly, keep moving forward. Don't look back at the time you lost. Look forward to the time you have right now. This moment is a gift. That is why it is called the present.
That is a clever English joke, Jasmine. The present means now, and it also means a gift. It's very true.
It really is. Well, that brings us to the end of this episode of English for Beginners, the podcast. We have talked about many things today. We talked about Karan's hard work, his regrets, and finally, his peace. We hope you can take these words with you throughout your week.
Thank you for listening to us. It is always a pleasure to help you with your English journey. We will be back very soon with another story and more English tips.
Until then, take care of yourselves and your families. Go hold someone's hand or call someone you love. Don't wait until tomorrow.
Goodbye, everyone. See you in the next episode.
Goodbye.